Hello, investors. It's been a very good month for your portfolio, thanks to Mr. Market, of course. But what's more important is that the stocks that we have were able to participate very well in this up move or this bull market. Maybe almost half your portfolio may be at lifetime highs. And for me personally, this is very satisfying. Last year was a very challenging month for you and for me as well. We started and the markets actually went into a bear phase. The first thing that I had to do was to actually limit your losses. And I keep saying that our core principle is cut your losses and let your profits run. So I think we did pretty okay. The losses were limited relative to what most others have done. But for me, it was very important to also make sure that the fresh stocks that we got into or the churn that happened were in stocks which would be leaders of the next bull market. And as I said, this month is a bit of a validation of that point, that most new stocks that we got into have done very well. The stocks that survived in our portfolio also have jumped. And that really helps me to have greater belief and for you to have a greater understanding in our process. Because it's one thing to keep your losses low, but it's also more important that when markets bounce, your portfolio should bounce. And that is why a little bit of churn or a little bit of a cleanup in a corrective phase is important. As I said, when new trends start, new bull market starts, new leadership emerges, new sectors emerge. For example, we had a very large mid and small cap rally last 3, 4, 5 years. However, you find that that is where the correction is sharpest. And in the next phase, you find that there is a relative underperformance there. So this actually helps me to sort of reiterate or share with you again our core principle, which is cut your losses and let your profits run. Now, the question that comes up is, what is leading to this bull market? And this has been quite a phenomenal month on many other accounts. One of them, which is the principal driver, is the FII flows. So this month we've seen the highest FII flows ever. And that is pretty shocking because a month ago we had a border problem with Pakistan. A month later, we are going to have a national election. So in between all this, what is it that makes FII so bullish? Is there something special or wonderful or lovely that's happening with India? I don't think so. I feel that we are a part, the big story is a big global equity bull market. So if I pick up the threads, and that's how I think that the genesis of this up move that is happening in global markets is the declining bond yields. In US, because of the Fed statements and policies, there is a feeling that not only will there not be rate hikes, but there could also be rate cuts. This leads to easy liquidity and the world gets on into a risk-on mode. A risk-on mode is more investments in equities and especially emerging markets. So what you are seeing in India is not just restricted to India. In fact, for the 3 months, most or almost all global markets in dollar terms have had phenomenal returns. In fact, India has been a bit of a laggard and doing a bit of a catch-up trade. So that is why I feel going ahead, we are likely to see more flows in the months to come. So this, I think, is going to be the crucial theme and it's going to surprise most participants because as FIs are buying, you find that the domestics are actually selling and you have negative monthly flows and pretty large ones. So most Indian investors are so caught up with election results, whether Modi will come, whether there will be a third front, what will happen to India. I think that this event will come. It will lead to volatility. However, I don't think it will be a trend decider. The trend decider is still going to be global flows. It's still going to be how global markets do. And I personally am very, very bullish on that. I shared this thought with you last month and I'm happy to say that many investors actually topped up their accounts. I guess that has been proven right because we deployed their money fast and we've had a very good month. So I feel that for you, the strategies, it's not just my PMS, but as far as a view on equities or risk on assets go, that you will find corrections. Yes, you can't have a dream month like the last one every month, But whenever you do find corrections, keep the faith and do invest. In the medium term or in about 2 months, you may have election results. As I said, there is volatility, but I don't think it's going to be a trend decider. In the short run, in the next month or in the next few days, I think you're going to start seeing corporate results that may lead to a little bit of a wobble in the portfolio, that may make us increase our bet size in stocks or companies that report very good earnings, and maybe cut down on stocks that do not perform well, or the numbers that do not come. But that is a part of the regular process. So rest assured, we are completely focused on your portfolio. We have come out through a very difficult phase. I mean, think from my point of view that you launch a PMS and after that you have a 1 year of a bear market, and a bear market whose quantum size, volumes and drawdowns have been equivalent to what we last saw 10 years ago. And for us to actually come out of that difficult phase, to keep your balance, to get the right churns and being able to revive is a big plus for me. So on that note, I continue to reiterate what is our core belief, our core philosophy, which is cut your losses and let your profits run. At the moment, we are letting our profits run, and we hope it works out in the months to come. Thank you very much.